All right, so you want to be a professional photographer and you don't have any idea of where to start? This video is a video for you. If you want to know that, stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, I am a photographer in the San Francisco Bay Area. My name is Rachel Capel, and I teach photographers basically how to run their business and get more money in the door. If that is something that you want to know more about, make sure to subscribe, click the like button, do all the things. And if you want to become a professional photographer, this is the video for you. We're going to get into it right now. All right, for those of you that don't know me, I am not a big fluff person. I like to get right into it. So if you want to become a professional photographer, there's numerous things that you have to do, but I've broken it down into basically 5 different steps with the 6th as a bonus. And the first step is you got to figure out what your style and your passion and the thing that you like to photograph the most. You got to figure out your style, the passion, all those things that you enjoy about photography. You got to figure it out and make sure it's profitable. So for example, this took me a little bit of time to figure out. I first started off photographing everything. I was photographing flowers and insects and whatever I could photograph, I was doing it. But I kind of gradually realized, okay, I like actually photographing people. Not everyone likes photographing people. Some people like landscapes, some people like flowers, some people like pets, it all just depends on what you like. So you got to figure out what your passion and your style is. I morphed then into kind of fashion photography. I assisted a lot of different photographers over the years, and I've tried pretty much everything. Realized I did not like landscape because you have to go to places where nobody wants to go at hours of the day that nobody wants to be at, like super early or super late, and it's just not my thing. I actually really love people. And then I kind of gravitated into event photography because I thought I always loved a good party and I love people. And so my style, my personality, I morphed into events. So I still love doing portraits, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like events are more my vibe, my thing. You have to know your personality. So step number 1 is knowing who you are, knowing who and what you like to photograph. If that's pets, if that's insects, if that's flowers, people, whatever it be, figure that out. And you're only gonna be able to figure it out by trying. So you've got to get out there and you've got to photograph and you've got to practice, see how the light falls. But that is going to be the first step, is figuring out what your passion is, what your style is, and what you like to photograph. All right, number 2 is you have to get a photography education. You got to learn how to use that camera. You got to learn how to compose a photograph. You got to learn how to edit. You got to learn how to do AI. You gotta learn. Okay, if you do not like learning, just good luck in life, because life is about learning. And especially when you're in business, it is constantly ever changing and you have to keep learning. Leaders are learners, learners are readers, all the things you have to learn. Okay, if you don't know how to use your camera, if you don't know how to compose a photograph, you're never going to be a great photographer. I know you can say like, oh, I'm artistic, blah, 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 but people buy people that know how to do stuff. So you got to learn how to do these things. And once you take classes on how to expose correctly, how to find the light, how to use your camera, how to understand ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and how they all work together and compose that shot, it's going to become really fun, because then you can get creative and then you can start filtering in, Lightroom and Photoshop and the different presets and actions and all the things, like whatever you use, like you're going to learn how to do all those things to make the pictures really amazing and how to get a great workflow going and become a great photographer. So number 2, you've got to get an education in photography and learn how to use all the camera, computer, and different things that are going to help make a great photo. All right, next up, number 3, you need to invest in quality gear. I know it's expensive. There are lots of limiting beliefs that you can have out there. And I get it. I 100% get it. I've been there, I've done that. I mean, I still fight and struggle through it, but you gotta pay to play. You gotta have great gear in order to be a pro. You just have to. You can't be using a Rebel XT or whatever, the Canon Rebel X, not XT, I don't know, whatever it is. I've never bought it, but you can't use the Rebel as a professional. This might suffice if you're photographing friends' weddings that are paying you a little bit of money, but ultimately you're going to have to get the gear that I talk about all the time, the pro gear. Pick whatever company you pick, Sony, Nikon, Canon. I think those are the major three that are out there. Pick whatever you want, get the lenses, get the, like I said, I think you could really be fine with I use the Canon, R6 or R5 and get the 24-70 lens to start off with. Just depends, try it out, rent them, whatever, but get professional quality gear. You got to do it. It's an investment. It's going to return, I promise you. And in my photobiz academy, we literally teach you how to make money right out the gate, so you are paying for this gear right away. So that is number 3. You have to invest in quality gear. Not an option. If you're going to be a professional, you have to have a good computer that can, edit and have Lightroom and Photoshop. I use Imagen AI now, which I'll do a video on eventually. And you got to have computers that will work with those softwares. So invest in quality gear. Okay, number 4, you've got to build your portfolio and your brand. So you gotta work and get out there, start taking pictures, figure out branding, figure out how to create a great portfolio. We talk about this in the photobiz academy, but you need to build your brand and your portfolio. So it doesn't have to be something so intricate and crazy. It just needs to be something that people can recognize, and being consistent. So if you want to be a newborn photographer, maybe you don't put pet photography on your Instagram. Just be consistent, take classes about branding, learn about branding, and just be consistent in your style. So you've got to build up that portfolio and brand. But with the portfolio, I will notate that it does take time. You've got all the tools that you need to know what a good brand will look like. Just think about your favorite brands that you follow all the time and gravitate to, and just kind of mimic them in your own way. But the portfolio is going to take a little bit of time in practicing, shooting, and figuring out what you like. But once you get to the point where you know where you want to photograph and where you want to be, just showcase that online. So however you get there, you got to get there, but do it sooner versus later so you can niche out and really pay attention to those clients that you want to work with specifically. And I know it takes time, I get it, but you're going to have to do that in order to become a professional photographer. So number 4, build your brand and your portfolio and get it done. All right, number 5, you got to get out there and you got to network and connect with people. No one is going to hire you if you're stuck behind the camera and you're not doing anything and getting yourself out there. Trust me, I love being behind the camera. I'm not a big fan of being in front of the camera. I like telling people what to do in front of my lens so I can get my pictures that I love. But if you don't get yourself out there, no one's going to know about you. So you got to overcome your fears. You got to just take the leap of faith and do it. I've been training myself actually recently because there are a handful of things that I've been kind of stressed about, and I've just decided God has a plan, and everything I ever have wanted in life has always come to me. I've always made it happen, and it's all going to work out. So if you're scared, just take the leap. I used to do a little thing where I would count down 1, 2, 3, go. And I just did it. And it was always easier than the fear that I would have in my brain. So you got to get yourself out there. You got to network and make connections with people and share your work and your art and your craft, because you'd be surprised. There are people out there that are waiting for you to share your genius and help them, because they're in need of photos. So many people out there need photos. There's such a need and a demand for photo and video. It is crazy. And they want you, and they want your style and your personality and what you bring to the table. So you got to get out there, you got to network, meet people, and share your craft with the world. Because I tell you, if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have been as happy as I am. I wouldn't have made the friends that I have. I wouldn't have had the clients that I have. I wouldn't have done the things. I wouldn't even have my son, because I was on a photo shoot where I met, my boyfriend, his dad, and here we are, with the little baby who's amazing and so cute and so awesome. I just love him to pieces. And it's like, if I hadn't made that leap, I wouldn't be here today. And I've taken millions and millions, I feel like, of pictures. I am an expert in this. I'm a professional and I love it. And I see my friends in corporate America that are struggling right now, looking for jobs. And I just can't even relate because I'm like, it just comes to me. You know what I mean? I've been doing it so long and I know exactly what to do and I know how to network and I know how to get out there and make business happen. And it just always comes to me and it's so awesome. And I never have to worry about working alongside someone that's going to make me feel stupid or not as good or less than. And it's like a full-time job looking for a job. But I'm like sitting here like I've got the last like couple weeks, I feel like I've had like 3 shoots every week, which is not, I don't like that, but it's hard for me to say no. So that's why I've been a little bit slow on these videos, but you've got to get out there and meet people and share your craft. Once you figure out how to take a great picture, get out there. So number 5, network and connect. All right, number 6 is, it's bonus because 1 through 5 is basically how you build this business, but number 6 is a bonus because I think it is super important if you can. It will cut your learning curve in half. Number 6 is to get a coach. So somebody like me, obviously on YouTube, you can find them, but you're never gonna get the handheld advice that you would with a one-on-one coach. I have my entire life had a coach. I was a swimmer in college, I was a collegiate swimmer and a varsity swimmer in high school, all through high school, and I had a coach the entire time. A coach can see all the things that you're doing incorrectly and can help you basically master your craft and get you there in half the time. So it's up to you, but this bonus number 6 is, to me, it's probably the most important because you will cut your learning curve in half, and you often, I would say 99.9% of the time, don't know what you're doing wrong, and you're just like a slight tweak can basically go from no inquiries to like an inquiry every single week or multiple every week. So little things that we've learned throughout the years as coaches can take you from basically 0 to hero. You know, I coach my students and they get results in half the time because I'm telling them, don't do this, don't bother with that, start here, do this, do that, and they're seeing results. So photobiz Academy is great. You can check out the free webinar down below. Check out my freebies, keep watching all these videos. But if you want that one-on-one hand-holding coaching, reach out and let us know. We're happy to help. But that is my bonus number 6. Get a coach. No matter how you do it, find one that fits you and the niche that you want to go into, and just work with them and get them, you know, all those tough questions that you don't know what to do. They'll basically tell you exactly how to do it, and you will find yourself having success way faster than I did, because I don't think I got a coach until like, I don't even know how long it was, a couple years down the road. That's why it took me a good 5 years to get to 6 figures. But if I had a coach now, I could basically figure out how to cull my website, how to do the branding, how to get out there, get the mini sessions going, get those clients in the door, market to them every single month, and get those inquiries every single month so I could get to 6 figures as quick as possible. So that is my number 6. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got great value. Make sure to check out the descriptions box. There's a bunch of freebies below, all the gear that I use. And yeah, I'm here to help. So make sure to subscribe, like, do all the things. And until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.